Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm out on a little sneaky little stealth camp tonight. This is the place where I came and did the review on the petrol G3 stove from Fire Maple. I just thought, you know what, I think I can get away with the camp here. Now this woodland that I'm in, there is a path not too far away, but luckily they've been working on it and they've flattened a lot of the ground and it's really muddy and there's brambles and bushes, so anyone who is walking along the path is probably not going to come this way, hopefully, but they're probably within hearing distance and sight if I have any lights or fire. You may hear some road noise in the background. There is one about a quarter of a mile away, and it's a 60 mile an hour sort of country lane, so you might hear some noises in the background, so apologies about that. So I've got two items to test out tonight. One is my first ever titanium stove, box stove. So this is the Fire Maple Fortress titanium stove. Really nice little pack. I've tried it at home, set it up, looks really, really good. I'm going to test it tonight. Hopefully I've got enough dry wood. There's been horrific rain the last sort of 24 hours. And I know when I was down here last time, there was tons of dry wood sitting around and it's pretty much all drenched. So I'm hoping it's going to burn all right, otherwise I might go hungry. I bought a backup stove just in case. This thing weighs 245 grams in the pouch. I think without the pouch it's about 175 grams. So you could just stick elastic bands around it, but I'll set this up later and I'll show you what it's like. Now I normally use a quilt, generally anyway, but especially when I'm hammock camping, it's just easier. But tonight I'm going to test out, it's the first sort of low level temperature that I've had on a camp where I could probably test this out. So it's a new bag, it's been sent to me, a down bag from GEAR Qezer. So this is a 3-season bag. It's rated from +8 to -2 centigrade, that is, not Fahrenheit. It is a down bag, it weighs 1.1 kilos. Pack size is not too bad, you know, it's shorter than my forearm, you could crush it down a bit more, but I've got it in my bag with all my gear in it, so I'm going to test that out tonight. It does open fully into like a quilt, so I may just have the foot box zipped up and have it draped over me, and hopefully have it warm enough. The temperature is showing it's going to get down to about 8 or 9 degrees, so realistically it's the best comfort level for this anyway, so it should work fine, fingers crossed. My light is fading fast. I am absolutely starving, so I'm in the hammock tonight, which should give me good cover from behind because it's all camouflage, and I've got the back down low, front up high, just attached to a tree to give me some space underneath it. I probably won't have the fire underneath there because I have nowhere to sit, and hopefully it's not going to rain for the rest of the night, fingers crossed. So I'll just perch over there, have my fire and cook my pizza. It's really annoying, there's no rain forecast tonight from about 6 o'clock onwards. It's 7:45, I haven't eaten yet, I'm starving. And every time I set up to sort of start getting things ready and prepared for food, just a little shower goes. I'm trying not to do it underneath here because I don't really want to, but anyway, this is the stove. Normal, fairly standard sort of clip together stove. It has 2 cross pot supports as well, and it does fit together pretty easily. The base plate for obviously putting you can either put an alcohol stove on here, because there's different heights that you can put the actual plate at. So you've got, if I show you the back end, you can put it there, or you can put it up here, so you can put an alcohol stove on it and use it that way if you want. But fairly straightforward. What I quite like about this one is they're designed in a way that they all go the same way, so they don't fall out, if you know what I mean. So that's all the sides on, and then the front. That's it, done. Pretty straightforward. So you can feed your sticks through here, and you've got your cross supports that sit flush on here, so you can put a frying pan on it, pot or whatever you want. There's also inside the pack instructions how to do it. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Right, let's get some wood sorted. So my fire starters tonight, I am using cotton wool balls, some Vaseline. It just works really, really well. I've run out of the I can't remember what they're called now, but the sort of fire plug type ones. So you know, when in need, make do with what you got. Not that I have loads of Vaseline. I did buy it. Now, so you've probably seen my lo-fi stove, the little electric wood burner, and when Johnny Lo-Fi sent it out to me, he also sent me a pair of lo-fi snippers. These are really good, they're a ratchet snippers, so you can get bits of wood, and rather than using a saw, which I have got, cut through it and it will just ratchet. It's nice and quiet as well. So I'm going to get this wood cut up like that. Get the fire going. First go, not too bad. So pizza, I hear you say, not like you with your noodles, and also pizza camping in the woods. How do you do it? So I'm not going to try and get away with the fact that I invented this or thought of it. I did pinch this off of a guy, so he does online recipes for wild camping, just things that are a bit different. And I tried it out at home. Now, no word of a lie, I tend to, if I have pizzas, I order Domino's. Then I have a Texas chicken barbecue Domino's. And if we go out anywhere, it's normally some kind of a spicy whatever. But if you have a basic pizza, just a cheese pepperoni pizza, in a restaurant, and you go, you can tell it's really nice and Italian. I made this at home, and this is no word of a lie, it was probably the best pizza I've ever tasted. Now, I made it on an alcohol stove, because I wanted to try and, emulate what I would do if I was camping and not use a normal stove. But basically, you use these 8-inch flatbreads. The ones I've got are flame grilled wild garlic flatbreads. Summer edition. And I think that was the one I used last time. So, flatbreads are the pizza base. Mozzarella cheese. So this is Tesco's designed for pizza mozzarella cheese. That's designed for melting on pizzas. Some basil, and I've got some tomato and herb pizza sauce, which was really, really good. And then some Tesco's finest Italian pepperoni, and it was really, really good. So hopefully this fire is going to take, and I will be able to show you how to cook a pizza. Missed out one of the ingredients. Got to be olive oil. Well, the fire is going very well. Just got to wait for these longer bits to burn down a bit so I can actually get a pot on the top of it. So I'm using my Trangia frying pan because it pretty much fits these flatbreads perfectly. But they're 8-inch, which is generally the norm for these sorts of things. So any pan that you've got decent non-stick that is an 8-inch pan will work. Okay, rookie mistake. Before anyone jumps in and says I didn't clear the ground away before making the fire. Oh yeah, you're right, I didn't. So luckily I've got some very good heat-proof gloves, so I just moved it, cleared the floor around it, and then put it back again. Okay, so pop the pan on. So we are basically going to cook this like an upside-down pizza. So the pepperoni will go on first. Cook that till it starts to crisp up. Flip it over. Then we put the cheese on. Let it melt, and then we put the sauce on, and then we put the flatbread in. We let it soak it up, stick into it, flip it over. So put as many of these on as you like. Lay them out how you would want it on your pizza. Now I can't control the heat here, so all I can do is just keep it above. You can see them starting to curl and crisp up already. So we just flip them over, stick them together and ruin it. Keep them separated out the way you want it on a pizza. Might chuck another one in the middle there. So now we take cheese. Go and take that off for a second. It's cooking a bit too quick. Try and get cheese on all the bits of the pepperoni. It sticks better to the bread. Okay, next is the sauce. Don't put too much on. So see, and it drops it all in one spot. And we put the the flatbread in, top side down. Just push it down there, leave it for a few minutes. Now the good thing about using the Trangia pan is that I have this Trangia disc that fits inside it, so it's a chopping board stroke strainer. So I can use that as the plate to flip up with and also to cut on. And to do this on film is not the easiest thing in the world to do. So I'm I'm going to pop that on here, take that off the heat, and when you turn this you often get some oil drip out, so you have to be careful. Okay, that went alright. And there's your pizza. And it was a bit stuck onto the bottom of the pan, so I've just peeled that off. Obviously the problems with having a wood fire, you can't control the heat. So we put this back on again now. I'm going to stoke this fire up a bit. Okay, that's that going. And then we just keep on cooking it for a bit, checking it until it gets crispy on the bottom. And when you're checking it, if you just run ideally a metal fork underneath it, you can feel how hard the bottom is and whether it's crisping up yet or not. You can also feel which part of it, so one side might be crisping up and the other side might not be. I'm so looking forward to this. It's 20 past 8 and I am starving. The downsides to filming and cooking, it takes 3 times longer. Okay, a little bit of basil. And there you have it, pizza in the woods. Okay, taste test. See if it's as good as it was at home. Really crispy base. There's no word of a lie. If you went into a pizza restaurant, a proper pizza restaurant, not Pizza Hut, and you ordered a pepperoni pizza, and you got this, you'd be more than happy. This tastes so good. Admittedly, I'm incredibly hungry, which probably helps. That's good. And of course you can't have a pizza without a nice cold beer. It's better than eating at home. Well, it's turned into a stunning evening. So that pizza, although only small, 8 inches, calm down, that's probably enough for me. I've got another one, so I can make another pizza if I wanted to. Maybe later on, might give it another go. Use up the rest of my ingredients that I've got. But seriously, I recommend it. I'll put a link in the description below where you can find this guy. I can't remember his name, so apologies. But he's got a full blog website as well as YouTube videos, and he shows you how to make these things. So if you do want to do something a bit different, other than normal camping food, if you can, I'm sure if you're trekking up on the top of a mountain, you're probably not going to be making pizzas. But no reason why you can't. That lot was lighter than a normal meal for 2 pizzas. So if you had a wet pouch food, that would actually be heavier. And if you had a dehydrated one, then the water that you carry would be heavier than that as well. So yeah, it's a pretty lightweight option. Admittedly, the glass jar is probably the heaviest thing out of the lot. The oil, I brought out a whole 200ml bottle of oil. You only need probably 50. So you can buy these little squirty ones that you get from AliExpress and Amazon, places like that. So you could decant a 50ml bottle of that into there. Again, the sauce, you just put it in a little pot. That's all you need to do. And you've got yourself actually a very lightweight, but really, really tasty and filling meal. So I'll have a coffee before I go to bed. Well, not before I go to bed. It's only 9:30, so it'll be quite a while before I actually hit the sack. But it's getting dark now, so I probably won't do much more filming. I'm just going to chill out, have a cup of coffee. I've got my hammock all set up now. Everything is ready to go. So yeah, I'm going to have this, maybe another beer, and then hit the sack in a bit. Right, it's 11 o'clock. Temperature's dropped a little bit, but it's not too bad. I forgot how difficult it was to get in and out of this hammock. It's lovely when you're in it. It's just getting in and out of it. There is a knack, and I haven't quite got it yet. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. Nothing else happens. I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Do you know what? I forgot, one, how awkward this thing is getting in and out of it. Obviously I haven't used it for quite a while, so again it's getting the knack. But also how comfortable it is when you are in it. It is an incredibly comfortable hammock. So the sleeping bag performed very well last night, so I didn't really push it. The temperatures it was at, you could feel in the sort of early hours this morning that it was cold, without the bag, that is. But this kept me warm, so I wasn't cold in it, but it was cold outside. It lofts really quite well. You can sort of, when you can feel the ridges going down it. It doesn't look that lofty there, but it does feel sort of quite solid and quite thick. But I kept it open, so I've just got it draped across me as opposed to zip around me like a bag. And it was fine. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, for 1.1 kilos, it's not too bad. Price-wise, it seems okay. I think it comes out at like 99 euros. I think for a few pound more, I'd probably go with the Flames Creed, in all honesty, that I've got, just because it is warmer, smaller, lighter. But, some people might prefer a bag to a quilt. Obviously personal preference. But the thing with these is you can buy two of these and zip them together. So if you're a couple, you can have like a double bed. So they have the zips on the opposite sides, so you have different colour. And you can zip them together to make it into like a proper bed. It has a drawer pull at the top here, so you can pull it round you, and it also has a little hood at the top. But it's a square bag, it's not a mummy bag. It's a daddy bag. Yeah, I quite like the fact that it's black. I'm also used to having a bright orange one. It's nice to have something that's a little bit less glaring on the eyeballs. If you're after a new bag, and I'd say recommend it. It's a good summer bag. This definitely a 3-season bag. It's quite decent, fairly budget. I'll put a link in the description, and you can order it through there. Right, let's see if I can get out of this thing. Make myself a cup of coffee. So even though it's not really rated that low, it does have a baffle that goes all the way along the zip as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, it's got quite a decent loft to it. Yeah, it feels thick. So there's a drawer cord at the top, so you can tighten it up nice and snug around you. And you've also got a Velcro tab, so when it's fully zipped up, you can attach it either side. Yeah, it's quite nice. So as you can see here, it's got a square foot box. And you have a two-way zip, so you can open it at the bottom just to vent your feet, should you wish. So as you can see on here, it is a 400T nylon, and it's 220 centimetres by 80 centimetres. Weighs 1,180 grams. I weighed it a bit less than that. So the temperature on here is 8 degrees is your comfort level, 2 is the limit, and then -3 extreme. I would not take this out in a -3, and it is 600 fill power. Duck down. Right, so the stove is not warped. There's no damage to it at all. I do find that the base plate sort of struggles to stay fully in place because there's some movement. And you can see that there to the stove. So it could do with being a bit tighter. I've checked all my connections on the edges, they're all in properly. Although I think it may be because it is designed to be able to fit in the middle hole as well for an alcohol stove or for fuel tabs, that it gets narrower towards the top. So you probably find that if it was tight at the bottom, it wouldn't fit in the next section up. So that's probably why. But it didn't come out. Nothing happened. It was fine. But yeah, it made me a very nice pizza. So I'm happy with that. So again, as with everything else, if you want to buy this, I'll put a link in the description below. This is not the cheapest thing in the world, but it is titanium, and it is very nice and very well built. It's got a nice patina from the heat, so it's starting to go the usual titanium purple and swirl of colours. Right, well, I'm enjoying my coffee. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, hit a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all on the next one.